Warning, the following is a long list of warnings. If warnings offend you, do not watch this show. Warning, this show contains adult themes. If you are not an adult, do not watch this show. Warning, this show contains a lot of offensive language and may contain graphic content. If you're a Karen, do not watch this show. Warning, this show may contain shabby impersonations of celebrities. If you are a celebrity, represent one, or think this is unfair, do not watch this show. Warning, this show contains what could be seen as controversial and subversive ideas and opinions. If you can't handle differing opinions, do not watch this show. Warning, this show actively shows a consumption of tobacco, cannabis, and alcohol. If this offends you, do not watch this show. Warning, this show may discuss topics including but not limited to those in the realm of politics and conspiracy theories in a politically incorrect format. If these topics offend you or make you uneasy, please do not watch this show. Warning, the producers of this show will do almost anything for a laugh. If comedy or extreme comedic premises offend you, please do not watch this show. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the producers, affiliates, host, ISP, streaming platforms, advertisers, partners, or like.
Coming to you from an undisclosed location inside the beautiful land of the Blackfoot Confederacy and Treaty 7 territory, Big Nate Productions presents Getting Laid with Nate.
Getting late with Nate.
Yes. I just want to thank you, man, for helping me out with all this, with your awesome talents, throwing in.
Sure, man.
And
Happy to be a part of it.
yeah, and I just kind of wanted everybody to know, to be introduced to everybody that's kind of involved with this. And Elliot's done a lot to help the whole thing out, as well as Ace and Nancy, and now Simon.
These are good names. Ace, Simon, and Nancy. That sounds like a solid crew.
Yeah, it sounds like some kind of superhero team thing.
Can you say their name? You have to say their names with the British accent. We'll go Ace, Nancy, and Simon and the crew tonight. Just straight killing it. Like always, especially on a Friday night. Got Ace on the 1s and 2s, Nancy on the 3s and 4s, and Simon on the 5s and 6s.
I put on Metal Fest, Calgary Metal Fest. We did 5 of them. And at the last one, the biggest one, Gord's band came out and played. And, he was super awesome. They just basically came out as for a killer deal and all this stuff. And it was great to hang out. And we hung out in my garage and smoked hash all night before the show. Fucking
guys.
I didn't get one goddamn wink of sleep.
Irresponsible.
And so that Gord, if you remember, we were at that table that I had set up in my garage all night. And that has now turned into this, which my buddy Will did this painting here. And I can't, it's kind of too hard to show you, but your little graffiti that you left in the corner is still there. So thanks a lot for that, Gord. And I clear coated you so it can't go away. So that was a good ass time. I should have slept that night and been more awake during Metal Fest, but I remember at the end of it being so goddamn tired. But it was a great night, and I wouldn't change it for anything. And that was a good ass time. This is cool. I like this live chat part of this. This is really neat, you know? Interact. Yeah, because you can see Ace has got the graphics on lock. He's, I mean, when it works, it's fucking crush out of the world.
Working on it.
And none of the stuff that's not working is really his fault. I mean, technically, I guess, who else's fault is it? But
yeah, I was right. Now I can see you. Now I can see you, and I was correct that you are handsome as hell.
Fucking right. We're lucky to have him around. That's for sure. You.
What kind of cigarettes are you smoking?
I'm smoking Demoriers.
I remember that's your shit.
That's my shit.
You introduced me to those in high
classics.
School. I can't smoke cigarettes anymore, man.
Well, I don't remember you ever really smoking.
Well, we used to smoke together back in the day, man. I just can't do it anymore.
I don't know if it's all the bong resonance shit, but I just cannot remember high school anymore. Like you say that, and I'm like, what? Like you were talking to, remember this with these people, and that's the other night, and I'm like, fuck, yeah. And in my mind, I'm like, no, not at all. Well, yeah, I forgot to tell everybody that this show is brought to us by AI. This is how we all exist now. We exist on the internet. And if we're not part of the AI, we will be eliminated.
Hey!
Hooray! I don't know. I got a musical guest I'm going to have up here. It's been really nice to have you on, man. And again, thanks so much for fucking everything, dude.
Fucking A.
The intro is amazing. Thank you. And all the graphics. Elliot's done like most of the graphics and stuff too, like supplemental graphics and stuff. So we'll keep working together. I'm sure we'll make it more and more crushing every week.
There's an open ass there. I'll get in.
Fucking A.
Fucking right.
Damn, that video is hilarious. You guys fucking rule. What else is there to be said?
There you are.
You can check that video out on our Facebook, Planet Eater SK. And that's when we were playing the Armstrong Metal Fest. And so for the way we shot that video is we just kept 4 GoPros rolling the whole time, no matter what we did, for about 6 months. And if you go on the Planet Eater Facebook, there's a video of us doing that violent toothbrushing, and it's one of the most disgusting things you've ever seen in your life. Like, we just all wake up first thing in the morning outside of our trailer and just start fucking. It's just vicious.
Wow, imagine if we could go to a festival again someday.
Hey, we will be. Don't worry
I hope
about
so.
it.
All right, so real quick, I'm drinking from the fine folks at Revival Brewcade.
You gotta hold it higher. There you go.
We got some experimental things going on here. So, Full Grown IPA is made by Revival Brewcade, who's a rad. And it's got these neat things.
Hey, Planet Eater loves revivals.
Nice. But Full Grown, is it Full Grown Delinquent IPA? Full Grown Delinquent IPA is it's Nancy's husband plays in a band that I used to play in.
Oh.
And
it's hard to see. It's hard to see.
Sorry. Oh, okay.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you got it.
There we go. We got her. Full Grown Delinquent.
Cool. So Nancy's husband plays in a punk band called Full Grown Delinquent, and they made this beer after them, if you will.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot to Revival Brewcade. Check them out. Get some Full Grown Delinquent IPA. And yeah, cheers. I'm going to try it.
You know, we played a show with them once in Calgary. And it was
with who?
Hilarious. With Full Grown Delinquent.
Oh, right.
Yeah. It was hilarious because I was just like outside for a smoke, and then I came back in, right? And you know how like the door staff gets on you to keep the back door closed all the time?
Yeah.
And then I had no idea who they were, that they were even like, Nancy didn't even tell me that her husband was in the band. And the next thing you know, I'm seeing this fucking show. It was hilarious, man. Those guys are hilarious to watch live.
Yeah, they throw fortune cookies and bananas out in the crowd.
Yeah, the bananas. That's it, the bananas. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, that's after their song called Monkey. And the chorus is like, hey, you're a monkey. Hey,
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, see, I want them, so people know this too, and being the inaugural Explain Everything to Everybody episode, I'm trying to get them as the house band. So,
oh, my God.
So I got to figure out a way where I can put their faces on little tiny TVs in my garage and make a small little set.
Oh, my God.
And then be able to go back and forth with them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because I used to be in the band and they hate me now. So they're just going to roast me the whole fucking time. You know what I mean? Yeah. They don't really hate me, but that would be the character.
I don't think anybody hates you, Nate. I think they just either have had enough or they just accept who you are.
Fair enough. Yeah. Oh, it's a war of attrition.
Yeah. I'm in it for the long run.
Fucking A. So, should I put my tinfoil hat on?
Yeah. Promote Troy's hat he made you. He spent a long time on it. I want to say, first of all, this hat is incredibly beautiful.
Yes. This hat was made by the bass player for the band you just heard. Look at this. He custom made this hat for me. It says Nate. And it has a tuft. This is a tuft. And this is aluminum foil.
It's an actual tinfoil hat, eh?
It's not tinfoil, but it's as close as we're getting.
Well, I think aluminum is tinfoil, isn't it?
All right. So this is a part of the show called Nate's Conspiracy Corner.
I want to tell you, about these hats. So Troy is like the master of all our merch. Troy was talking about making those hats for a while, right?
Okay.
And we're thinking to ourselves, I'm like, oh my God, is this going to get us in trouble? You know, because this was at the height of cultural appropriation and insensitivity and all that shit.
Sure.
When nobody had anything real to worry about in their lives. And so he starts making these hats, and we're all going like, Jesus, is this going to be like a waste of money or whatever? But this is the thing about Troy, is that every once in a while he has a slam dunk when it comes to a merch idea.
He nails a half-court shot.
At the buzzer, right? So he's finishing those hats on the way to Loud as Hell. We get there, and we sold out before we even got them on the merch racks for the venue. Like, people knew that they were coming, and we sold them all off the back of the trailer before they could even make the merch racks at the festival.
I remember being one of those guys. It was like texting you, like, fucking, give me that. Save me one.
My other favorite thing about your hat in particular with the tinfoil and the fur is that the whole purpose of this style of hat was to provide a lot of shade and breathability. And he covers yours in tinfoil and fur so that the heat can't escape whatsoever. And it's possibly the hottest summer hat I've ever seen in my life.
Well, and imagine being like at Loud as Hell and Drumheller when it fucking starts cranking rain. That's what I was thinking. It just starts cranking rain, and it's like a shitty fur, like just
you got wet, stinky fur,
wet dog,
and then the heat of your head can never escape because it's surrounded in a cone.
Well,
in your head under tinfoil.
To be fair, though, I asked for it to be made like this.
Hey, I think it's a beautiful hat. I just the functionality is what cracks me up.
Yeah, no, it's funny. So we were talking the other day, and you were saying how you'd never heard about the theory that Jason Simpson, OJ's son, killed Nicole and Ron Goldman. Oh!
Hey, there's a... Is that OJ?
That's OJ. He's in Brentwood right now, dude.
Yeah.
He's at the mansion.
OJ's in Brentwood?
He bought the mansion.
Yeah,
he bought
yeah.
OJ's mansion.
I got it on an Airbnb right now.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Just by the week.
He pops by whenever he wants, see?
Luke is also obviously the producer, too, of stuff. He produced that record you heard.
Okay, so I've intentionally not learned anything about this. Tell me about this conspiracy corner.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's just a segment on the show I figured I'd do. And so the theory this week is that OJ's son, Jason, killed Nicole. And here's why. Because, okay, I'll kind of start from the beginning. So Jason Simpson is from OJ's first marriage.
Ooh.
To a hot, foxy black chick. And therefore older. He's like our age. He's like in his maybe he's in his early 40s now. And he's a chef at a high-end restaurant in L.A. Or maybe it's Florida. I can't remember where his restaurant is, but at the time, he had a restaurant in L.A. Or worked at a big highfalutin one. And then
and he hated the waiter that left his glasses, or that returned the glasses.
Yeah, that's probably what made him so mad all the time.
Yeah, he's pissed off.
He
sent the waiter there.
But so it's been recorded that the same year Jason had been arrested for attacking two people with a knife. And he had written in his journal or something that this was the year of the knife, and he's like, I got Jekyll and Hyde in me and all this kind of shit. And then so there's this private investigator named William Deere, and he claims that he found, because Jason Simpson owned a warehouse and was storing this green Jeep in there. And somehow this guy had acquired the Jeep, and apparently there was still blood in it. And he begged the LA, cops to look it over, and they wouldn't. They refused to do it. And
who begged the LA cops?
This William Deere guy is private investigator.
Okay.
And this William Deere guy is like super acclaimed. Like he won. I can't remember what it was. It was quite. He won the Policeman's Investigator of the Year. Like it's not like he's some anti-cop like Alex Jones, private investigator dickhead who's out there trying to fuck the cops, right? Like, because apparently what happened is Jason Simpson like lawyered up before OJ and got like removed from all this stuff like before OJ, because OJ got on a plane and he was told the next morning in Chicago that his wife had been killed. Like that's all in the fucking record, right? And so this William Deere guy, man, I'm bad at this. He allegedly found. He bought the truck, the Jeep, the getaway vehicle, and he found in a box in a storage locker that Jason Simpson couldn't pay for, that he bought, he claims, they found the knife. And it's this crazy Gerber fucking, those Navy SEAL fucking knives. It's one of those, but the end of it is busted off. And that, because they claim the coroners and all that shit say that there was a fight for like 10, 15 minutes.
Right.
And OJ had no defensive wounds. Zero. So, and that apparently Ron Goldman. So, okay, this is what triggered it all. There was supposed to be a big dinner that at his restaurant, at Jason's restaurant, that the whole family was going to go to. And then Nicole canceled it and went and banged Ron Goldman.
Right.
And he got so fucking mad that he's like, I'm going to end this. And so back to the knife. The knife has the butt like sheared off of it. And there's a bunch of forensic evidence of like going bang, right? And like hitting somebody in the head. And there's like these weird contusions that match this knife they found and all this shit. So yeah, I don't know. I thought that was.
Okay, let's play devil's advocate just for a minute, right? Like, just let's go. If we're gonna go down the conspiracy road, then let's go down it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine that this takes place, right?
Yeah.
So that this kid, like, I know nothing about the story, other than like from the 90s and then the remakes on TV and shit like that, right? I had other things going on during that time. I was just pissed off that it interrupted all my other TV programming. But it's a fascinating story. Okay, so let's say, hypothetically, that his kid was the one who committed the murders, right? Now, as a father, as OJ, who loves his son to death, this is his firstborn son?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Who hates his new wife.
Right. So OJ thinks to himself, okay, here's what we do. We erase your involvement with it completely, and then we put the suspicion on me.
Yeah, he took the fall for him. That's the implication.
But OJ is such, like, he still believes in his own mind that he's still 1980s super charming OJ.
Fucking
You know what I mean? So he's probably thinking to himself, like, if this actually happened, like, okay, I'm not going to let my kid go down for this, right?
Right.
So let's try and make it like, let's give us some time to get away, and then we'll put it on me. But nobody's ever going to convict OJ of something like this because I'm too fucking famous and I'm too likable and all this shit. No one will ever believe it.
Well, and I mean, yeah, that's kind of the implication, is that they lawyered up Jason right away and like hid him.
Yeah.
And then, he lawyered up like fucking with Johnny Cochran.
Well, yeah, but did you ever hear the like book that OJ was going to put out called "If I Did It"?
Yeah, it was supposed to, no, it was a whole TV series and everything.
No. Yeah, where it's like if I did it.
If I did,
right?
yeah, well, no, he put out that book. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and then but he talks about like a second person always being there.
Yeah. Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's some more things. Just notes I took.
Wait, just to cover this real quick, because other people have talked about this before, but I think Louis C.K. was talking about it one time where he was hearing the transcript, right?
Okay.
And when it goes into the details about the gore or like the actual murder, there's these blank spots, and where like the actual details of the murder are left out. Which, if someone was trying to write a book, right, to like attract an audience, they obviously would go into these details, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that he's able to tune in and out of it, where all of these things are just implied, Louis C.K. said either he's as great a writer as Ernest Hemingway, or he definitely knows what happened or definitely killed those people himself, right? Like you don't skip over the most interesting part unless you're an incredible author or you're in some way guilty to this shit.
Yeah. Well, other interesting facts I forgot to bring up here is that apparently Jason Simpson was in and out of psych wards and was on antipsychotics. And and Ron Goldman was a karate expert. Like,
yeah.
No, seriously. Like, apparently he was like a martial arts like fucking black belt.
Yeah. But we've also seen early UFCs, right? Like, if you're going to take OJ just at the end of the prime of his career versus a karate black belt, right? So he might be able to get in like some strikes on him, but karate's about point fighting and distance and stuff like that. So either you're Lyoto Machida or the greatest running back of all time is going to catch you and put you into the ground. Like there's no way around it. I don't care how good you are at karate. If you're inside a property or anywhere confined and you have the greatest set of legs in NFL history chasing after you, you're
a knife.
Gonna have, you're gonna have to throw one strike to put him down. And karate's not about knockout fighting; it's about point fighting. So there's no way.
Fair enough, but like that, it says to the struggle, right? That the struggle.
No, I understand that
if
it was a son, but if it's OJ, like it doesn't matter. Like if this guy's a karate expert, you essentially have like somebody with the speed of a cheetah and that athletic ability plowing after you. And not only that, to be able to read movement as fast as possible if you're going left or right. Like there's no way you're going to get away from him.
Yeah, the other thing too is that the DNA evidence that came out during the trial, because it was pretty new then and primitive, it linked it that the blood was in OJ's family, but they couldn't say, like, that's how Johnny Cochran was able to.
Right.
They couldn't say it was OJ, but they could tell, like, because I remember them doing that. I was like 99.99995. It's OJ's family.
Yeah. Well, the thing about case trial evidence, when you're going to court over something like this, is obviously the biggest court case in history, right? Because it was televised and the whole world stopped for it. But the thing about arguing a defense is that sometimes they have evidence that because both parties have to be made aware of these evidence if they're going to present it in court, right? Like,
sure.
You have to have transparency.
Disclosure, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing about that is sometimes it's smarter not to reveal certain things, even though you would think it's a home run. Now, I won't go into specifics, but I've been involved in a court case that was like, there were some things involved that, and we decided not to divulge certain information unless he absolutely had to. And if you look at that stuff, like at the end of the case with the glove and all that shit, it's like they totally baited the prosecution office into, trying to do this. Like they were hoping that there's like, come on, take the bait, take the bait, take the bait, right?
That was another thing with all of this is they found the knit cap. And it had it like they have it's so funny. They have a picture of him, Jason Simpson, with this dog wearing the cap. And they found all that. They found hair that's OJ's family and hair from this dog. Like it's too crazy, man. There's no way that's not what happened.
Has anything happened to him recently? Is he just like living a normal life now or what?
I'd have to get Nancy to Google that one, but I mean, I'm not sure if he's back in the psychiatry ward or what, but apparently he's like really in and out of those and super violent. And I mean, they don't put you on fucking antipsychotics unless you're a really fucking dangerous person, dude.
And like, I mean, just for the sake of argument, I could totally see that. Like a father with that kind of success being like, hey, I can keep the heat off of him long enough, and then there's never going to be a way to convict me.
To that point, Nancy brought up a good point that was the whole point of the low-speed chase, was to keep the cops diverted so that just fucking Jason could get out of town, because apparently this warehouse or whatever was in Arizona. So he drove like 300 miles and ditched everything and cleansed everything and put it all in storage. Like, that's what this private investigator's saying.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, I thought it was like super fucking interesting when I heard this. I was like, Jesus Christ, like, duh. I mean, and apparently the whole thing with this William Deere guy is he's like, I just want him to come forward and admit it so that his dad gets exonerated.
Yeah, but why would he?
Well, why would he? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, there is no statute of limitations on murder, so.
Yeah, well, not only that.
He'd go directly to jail.
If OJ had already gone through all this shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And his kid then stepped forward, he'd be like, motherfucker, I already went through all this shit so that you wouldn't have to experience any of it.
Well, and I never thought that I would hear these words come out of my mouth, but like, what a goddamn good dad OJ is, eh? Like, what a stand-up dad, that's a dad you want to take a murder rap for you?
I mean, if that's the actual case, like, I totally get it. Like, he thought himself invincible and a total celebrity. He's like, look, they'll never link me to it.
Well, and if Jason was lawyered up first and then he got the highfalutin fucking Johnny Cochran's and fucking Robert Shapiro and all this shit, like, dude, that made the Kardashians. Like, there would be no Kardashians if OJ didn't give their dad all his money.
I just like, as much as you want to hate like that whole existence of like the Kardashian type of thing and like how they're so fucking rich and for some reason that they're relevant, I look at it the same way as I look at like really bad musicians that get famous. You know what I mean? It's not their fault. It's the audience's fault.
My buddy Rick had just posted something awesome. Rick Razor Sharp, go check him out. He's his rap game's on point. He goes, OJ was God's way of introducing the Kardashians.
Yeah. But you think about that though, like I remember like when I was younger, I'd get so pissed off.
I like that. Yeah.
He likes it. Okay. What were you saying?
I was saying, like, okay, one of these things about COVID, right? Like a lot of it sucks and it's fucked up a lot of our shit. But one thing that I find a little bit satisfying about it was because when I was young, I started playing in bands and shit because I thought you were going to be able to ride motorcycles through fucking hotels and
right.
and play metal in front of stadium size crowds, right? And then like you'd make money off of your album sales and all this shit, right? And every time you get up to one of those points in your career, there's someone there to tell you, sorry, man, you just missed it. You just missed it, right? And it's
Fuck,
like
no
you
shit.
think about the free love of the late 60s and early 70s, where everyone was fucking with no care for disease or anything, right? And you're like, hey, let's all have an orgy, and people are like, sorry, dude, you just missed it, right? so now kids growing up in the future
just missed it, but at least you have applause.
Well, they fucking fondly look at when people used to shake hands and hug and kiss openly, and go on like first date hookups and shit like that. It's like, sorry, kid, you just missed it.
Sorry, I missed the end of that. The 60s and love, and then what?
I was just saying, this way I get my revenge on the younger generation.
No. He's talking about public displays of affection.
Yeah. Like where the youth is going to look at us and go like, oh man, can you believe they used to just kiss and go on Tinder dates and shit? And it's like, sorry, kid, you just missed it.
Sure, yeah, we used to have PDAs. No more PDAs.
Gangster. Yo, Ace, are you listening to the stream 3 seconds behind and commenting at the same time? That makes it really hard because you're not on time.
Yeah.
Throws the timing of everything off, if you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so you should just
really
listen
hard.
through your headphone amp. Are
you talking to me or your producer?
No, I'm talking to Ace.
Okay.
Ace Hollywood, baby.
He's talking to me.
You're on with Ace.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm monitoring both things at the same time and trying to make my brain work like a yo-yo.
Yeah, that must be incredibly confusing. Left ear now, right ear 3 seconds later. Later. Okay, yeah. No, I agree with you 100%, man. It's like they're going to be kicking each other's shoes to say hi, right? Yeah. They're going to do that thing, right? Where they like hacky sack, but you kick your buddy's, like your right leg kicks his right foot. Like right
Yeah,
foot,
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, no, but that's the future, buddy. That's the future.
No.
I mean, if you want to get into COVID, I don't know if I can get into COVID.
No, let's not.
Yeah, like I COVID. I mean, whatever. We all know this is a fucking oligarchy, right? That we ain't running this shit. So
nope.
Doesn't matter if it's Russia or America.
Nope.
And I don't know if people can see this, but come on, man.
It's Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
This is America.
I think you are right.
This is Hacksaw Jim Duggan. If he was going to a nice place.
Ho!
I know you're 3 seconds behind. That's why when you comment, it doesn't make any sense.
Hey, Ace, why don't you just let the interview happen instead of trying to jump in 3 seconds behind? What do you want to say?
Yeah, I've been monitoring the feed, and now maybe it's better to come back to real time because I think my comments were 3 seconds behind.
Is there anybody watching this, Ace?
We got 15 viewers.
15 viewers. Apparently. Fucking A.
I'm one of them, so that's at least 14.
Man, we should get our guitars out. We should get our guitars out and play a show.
He says I'm here.
Whoa, now I'm in time. I can hear like what's happening while it's happening.
Oh, that's
there we go. Oh,
no, that's good. That's good that I can hear. Why am I getting boozed? Yes.
Oh,
Applause.
Taylor Made Radio is still here.
Oh, hey. That's a good thing. That's a great thing. Thank you, Taylor. And Moon Griffin Rhapsody is Elliot, who was our previous guest.
Oh, right.
And Perkins is just hard as fuck. And JL knows my wife, so if you fuck with her, I'll kill you.
I like you should have that guy just play guitar.
I know, that was cool, eh?
Yeah, I liked it.
I didn't ask for that, and he just brought it. That's Elliot for you, man. Crushing this guy. Is the stream still live?
Yeah, it's still live. It's all of a sudden I had like a Windows thing come up there or something. I'm just typing a message to the group because everyone's seeing these little Telegram logos. So join Telegram, join the group, and then you're with our show permanently at that point.
Oh, boy.
Well, this isn't the one here, but like let's go to Nate. At Nate Reno. Those are our personal ones. Oh my God!
Yeah, well,
all guests.
The Telegram.
T.me late Nate TV. Let's move that Telegram logo a little bit of live editing there. because it's a group chat, and then we can all be on the same place.
Producers. Now we're all producers.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I'm just happy that you're speaking in the same time continuum as us now.
That was
Ace.
really fucked up. I didn't realize I was like, well, it's about 3 seconds behind. So
Yeah,
it's like
that's
he's
why
the
I'm
slow
like-
guy.
I'm
He's
like-
the guy that's like didn't really get the joke, and then he responds, and then crosstalk happens.
Yeah, and then Rick. Okay, anyways. Thanks, Luke.
That was an awesome video.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun making that. That was, I think our drummer's knee was busted at the time when he cut that together. So he was just really like bummed, being like, what the fuck am I going to do? Like, I got to go for surgery. I might have to take 6 months off. I was like, hey, learn how to edit videos, dude. You know? And then, so
Luke, what was that Facebook page? You were messaging, mentioning a Facebook page before with a bunch of funny shit on it.
Oh, yeah. Planet Eater SK.
So I'll see if I can look that up. I'll see if I can stream it here. You're gonna 1 second.
Ace is getting creative.
Boom.
There
So
we
now
go.
we've got the
Let's
page.
look.
I'm looking it up. It's covering your face up, but let's look it up. Do I need Facebook to use it? No. How do I get to it? Facebook. You can see what I'm doing here. Facebook. What? Planet Eater.
Planet SK.
Eater SK. We're Googling. We've got a home on Facebook. I see some photos coming up here.
There it is. Yeah,
You can see that too. So what is it? Like the video, the New Year's Eve from Planet Eater?
Just go. No. Oh, click on that one.
Yeah, let's take a look at that one.
Okay, wait. Before you open that up,
Something went wrong, it says.
This is
No way.
Imagine something going wrong
Yeah,
on
weird.
this show.
Weird.
Right? Boo.
Yeah, anyways,
Okay, I'm
there's
going to
lots
scroll
of fun
down
shit
here.
up there.
Seems legit if 2020 were a person.
And give it up for fucking Ace Hollywood. Give it up for this fucking guy. Everybody clap. Look at that. Making it happen.
The
Making
sound
it
guy with
happen.
the fake claps.
Making
He's
it
clapping literally. That works.
Yeah.
So.
And yet Simon on the claps and the laughs.
Yeah, well, his actual name
Thanks,
is Plus
Nancy.
One. That's his name. Plus Simon's name is Plus One.
Thanks, Revival Brewcade, for the free beers. Buy all their beer. Go to their bar. Oh, get their fucking hand sanitizer. Cheers, everybody.
Yeah. Cheers, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for having
Have a
me,
good
guys.
night.
Cheers. Don't leave, Luke.
I'm not going anywhere.